Good morning.
Hi,
Look
Christine.
how beautiful you look today with your necklace and
How beautiful you look this morning, and I love that shirt. I should have worn my matching shirt. I have the same one.
we need to do that one day. We need to match.
Yes.
And
Well, good
I have
morning.
my winter earrings on.
Oh, I love that. I have to get mine out. I have all of my seasonal things that are put away, and I haven't yet gotten them all out. I only have like one or two Christmas shirts that I have gotten out so far. So good morning to all of you who are watching. Welcome to the Wellness Wake Up Weekly. Woo woo. And this is episode, what is it? It's episode
What
10?
is that? So,
I think it is. Yes. Oh my goodness. 10 whole episodes. And today's topic is new you, or new year, new you. Let's reframe that. And we're going to dive in a little bit deeper on that because I'm sure that you've heard that phrase all the time, right? New year, new you. But we, Christine and I, are over it, and you should be too. So
totally over it. So if you're watching, comment and tell us where you're watching from. And I want to know what your weather is because we were just talking weather.
Yes. So just to let everybody know, I live in upstate New York, and we just got 6 inches of snow yesterday. It pretty much snowed off and on all day yesterday. And even I noticed it went into the evening a little bit because after we had shoveled and all of that, we got a little bit more. So anyway, it is quite cold. It's a light, fluffy snow because it's so cold. So it'll probably stick around for a bit.
And I'm Christine, and I am in Northern Arkansas, and we have it's like 27 degrees here this morning. There's just frost covering everything and freezing fog moving in. And I'm not a fan. Honestly, people used to get so mad at me. I said, I would rather have snow than rain in the winter.
Oh,
they're like, why? I said, because it's messy and it's nasty and it turns to ice and you slip all over. Snow, you can move out of the way.
Yes, I know. Have you ever gone it where it rains and then all of a sudden it freezes and everything is encased in like a couple inches, not a couple inches, but it seems like it. It's so thick where everything is encased with ice and you have to like chip your way into your vehicle and break it up on your deck and stuff like that. It's super annoying.
Yeah.
Yes, I would much rather have snow as well. And not only is snow beautiful, but it's a lot easier to clean up than ice. And it's not quite as dangerous.
And I don't walk in the house soaking wet. So anyway, now that we've digressed into weather, back to new year, new you. And I'm so over it. Every time I hear that, I don't know about you, but it like almost makes me nauseous because I'm thinking, I don't want to redo this every single year and fail.
Well, we don't want to have a whole new us every year. So I'm just wondering too, for those of you who are watching, do you ever feel the pressure to completely reinvent yourself in January and have a new you? Do you feel like you're pressured a little bit because that's like the thing to do? You're like, okay, how can I be a new me in the new year? First of all, if you've ever had that or if you felt that pressure, drop me in the comments. Or even if you're just kind of tired of that, like, let's start over in January thing. So drop a me in the comments.
Yes, definitely me.
You should share the statistic that we heard because, of course, as we know, everybody sets like New Year's resolutions going into the new year. Share the statistic that we found with people about the New Year's resolutions.
Okay, so we both laughed in a sad way. 80% of everybody who sets New Year's resolutions quits by the second Friday in January. It is actually nicknamed Quitter's Day. So if you hear anybody say Quitter's Day in January, that's what it's referring to.
It's so sad. This year, Quitter's Day is on January 9th. So can you imagine, because I feel like it takes a lot of like time and effort to set these big goals and everything like that. And, you map them all out, you get excited about it, you tell people about it and everything. And then can you imagine like putting all of that excitement and effort into something and then just quitting by the 9th? Like that's 9 days into the new year. 80% of people quit. Okay. So if you have set these big New Year's resolutions and you haven't followed through with them and you have quit sometime in January, then you're not alone.
You're not alone.
It's very common. And I mean, I'm sure that I have done the same. I try to take on the new year a little bit differently. And that's actually what we're going to be chatting about today, is talking a little bit more about how we can shift that mindset a little bit so that you don't feel like you have to completely reinvent yourself and create a whole new version of you, because it's not realistic.
No.
I mean, we are who we are, and it's good to want to grow and improve ourselves, of course, but to create a whole new version of us.
No. Well, and you and I have done the work.
Mm-hmm.
So if anybody's watching and going, okay, that's great for them, we've done the work.
Mm-hmm.
Carrie Marie and I put in the work, and that's why we're sharing this with you, and we're sharing a way to do it. And it's a very practical thing. And I love it. It's SMART goals. Yes. So I did this last year with a group, local group here, and they paid $47 a piece to do it.
I love doing it together with a group. That sounds amazing.
Okay.
Oh, we should do it.
Let's do it.
Okay, so let's not off track too much, but that does sound good. So if anybody wants to do it with us,
yes, we're gonna do it. Just so you know, we're gonna do it, and we're gonna do it. She's in New York, I'm in Arkansas. We're gonna do it online. So, if you want to join us, and we'll share our tools. Yes,
and we'll do it together, like as a like Zoom or something like that, because obviously you and I are far apart from each other, so we can't get together in person. As much as it would be fun to get together in person to do this, it's not always that realistic, especially because we are all over the place.
That's right.
So we can do it on Zoom, which is really cool. That is the beauty of having that kind of technology, FaceTime and Zoom and all that good stuff, so that we can still get together when we're not in person.
Absolutely. And if it doesn't, stick around for the rest of this, and we're going to share some of the stuff, and you'll know if it's a great thing. So
yeah,
new you to me is so much pressure and gives people shame that they're not good enough. And that's not true. You don't have to throw away who you are.
Yeah, there's no reason to completely scrap who you were before. It's like literally by going through the SMART goals and by thinking about things in a different way, shifting our mindset around it, we're just simply like supporting who we actually are, like the version of us who already exists, but we are learning and growing and doing things in a more intentional way, if that makes sense.
That's the word that I was thinking, is living intentionally. Actually, you just reminded me. I get to pick my word for next year.
Okay. I love that. My word for this current year, which I haven't thought about for next year yet, was purposeful. And actually, let me grab my little thing here. I have a little card. I don't know if you can even see this here. Let's see.
Yeah, I can see
it. So I have this little card that I made up, purposeful, and it stands for prioritize what truly matters, unleash my potential, reflect on my journey and growth, persist through challenges with faith, optimize my time and energy, serve others with love and kindness, embrace opportunities for growth, focus on what aligns with my values, uplift myself and those around me, and live every day with intention and joy. And so I need to do the same thing for this coming year, for 2026. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to pick a word, but then also expand on that word.
Love the expansion. And, as always, we're getting off topic again. But I think we need to do, even if we do a video that's not our weekly one, we need to talk about that. Because mine was courageous, which coincidentally was on my.
Oh, you're wearing the shirt.
Well, and it's funny because when I went to Faith Over Fear, that was what came up, and I was like, "Oh, look, my word is on the shirt that I bought from Ray."
That's so.
And I bought this before I chose my word. It was just a coincidence. Wow. I didn't pick my word. Holy Spirit said, "Here's your word," and I went and pulled a sweatshirt out, and I went, "Hey, look, Ray knew what I was going to say." Thanks, Ray. Or Jess. It was probably Jess, but
or Tyla.
That's very true.
Yes. Oh my
So
goodness. So we want to reiterate too, like the old you or the version of you that you are now, it's not broken. And so you're when you go into the new year, don't think of yourself as like something that needs to be fixed or something like that.
mhm,
And you don't even need to fully start over. You just need to support who you are and live intentionally and set goals intentionally. So let's chat about what a SMART goal is. And if you are just hopping on, be sure to say hello. Let us know where you're watching from. Let us know what the weather is where you're at. We've shared what our crazy weather
yeah,
is. Here we are getting into the winter time and getting the crazy weather.
yeah. Considering it was like 80 degrees here 2 weeks ago, it's kind of crazy. So,
That's crazy. We haven't had that big a fluctuation here
yeah,
recently, but either way.
yeah,
Okay, so SMART goals. SMART, S-M-A-R-T, actually stands for something.
yeah. Specific. It has to be very
Mhm.
specific. You have to know exactly where you're going. It's kind of like when you get into a car and you're going to take a trip. Now, if you're taking a trip that you just randomly decide where to go, great. But if you're headed to the beach, you might not want, well, from my direction, you might not want to go north.
Right, right. You want to be very
Yes,
specific about
very
like
specific.
where your destination is. So when you're setting your goal, you want to be specific about the goal. What exactly do you want to do? What exactly do you want to accomplish? What exactly do you want to achieve? Like be specific.
Yes. What is
Be
the
specific.
end result you want?
Yeah. And we're going to give you some examples too in a little bit, but we're going to first break down what a SMART goal is first.
Yes. Measurable.
Actually, with that, I mean, we can even give an example for being
Oh,
specific,
yeah.
like drink one full glass of water before your first coffee in the morning, or eat breakfast each morning. If you're one to skip breakfast, but you know that that's what's fueling you, like be very specific. Like that is specific enough. Eat breakfast each morning, or drink one full glass of water before your first coffee for the day. That's very specific.
Yes.
So, but then you can take it even further. So, what does M stand for?
Measurable. Something that can be tracked. Now, I want to caveat on this a little bit because when I was coaching last year, one of the things that we talked about was some people wanted to lose 10 pounds. Okay, it's trackable, it's measurable. However, it's results. You
Mhm.
want to have things that are measurable that are your actions.
Yeah,
So,
actionable,
yes.
measurable
So for
things.
me, I wanted to lose the weight, but instead of focusing on the weight, I chose to focus on my steps. And instead of saying I'm going to walk 10,000 steps a day, I set a goal for, I think it was 300,000 steps in, I think it was 4 months, 3 months, I don't know. Anyway, it broke down to just under 10,000 steps a day. So that if I had a sick day, I didn't fail.
Right, right, because you're still working toward
Yes,
that goal, even if like you had a sick day and you were, just really needed to rest because we all need those rest days.
absolutely.
You still were walking at some point throughout the day. So you got some steps in toward your big 300,000
I know
step
it was crazy.
goal. And and it's like, okay, some days you might go for like, I don't even know, a 10-mile walk or something like that. And you get in all kinds of steps. I've had days where I've had over 20, 30,000 steps in a day. It's not common, but that can
Epcot,
easily.
Epcot, ma'am.
Yes, during our trip last year when we went to Florida, I mean, we stepped a lot that whole week, really,
Yes,
but especially the day we went to Epcot, wow, we walked a
a
lot.
lot.
We were so exhausted.
So I guess what I'm saying when I say that is keep in mind that measurable, it doesn't have to equal miserable.
Mhm,
So,
right.
okay. Anyway,
And find out how you wanna measure it. Like, if keeping track on your calendar or, like, a checklist type of thing. I actually have these little trackers. If anybody wants one, let me know. It's like a 3-day checklist, like a habit tracker kind of thing, 3 days per week or a 5 days per week of something that you could literally. I like to see things visually.
mhm,
So like a checklist, not only is it good for me visually so I can see my progress, but there's actually, and I have no idea because I'm not a scientist or doctor or anything like that. So I don't really know what it is, but there's something about the act of checking
mhm.
things off on a visual, like written checklist that actually helps to reinforce that habit as well.
Yeah.
And so, because it's almost like a little mini celebration when you can check it off. You feel good. It like releases endorphins or something. I don't know if it actually does, so don't quote me on that.
Okay.
But it's
Have you ever set a goal to lose weight and you look in the mirror 3 months in and you think, I look exactly the same. And you go back because you've been measuring and you go, oh, I've lost 6 inches or I've lost whatever. And I'm using that example only because I think everybody can relate to trying to lose or gain weight.
Exactly.
So if it's measurable and you're tracking it, then you're going to see the results.
Right, you're gonna see that progress and you can celebrate the progress, and so, yeah, 100% agree.
Yes.
Okay, so let's move on to the next letter, A, which is achievable. Is it actually doable? So, we're not saying to set these big, massive goals like, "I wanna make $1,000,000 in a month." Like, really?
If you're making $995,000 right now, great, set it for $1,000,000. If you're making $995, don't set $1,000,000 goal.
Yes, exactly. So you want something that is doable, that you know that you will stick with, because if it's so crazy and outlandish, then you're almost setting yourself up for failure in the beginning because you know you can't actually achieve that thing.
Yeah.
And so you want to make sure that it is achievable, that whatever this goal is that you are setting for yourself, and you can do this with multiple goals too, by the way. It doesn't have to be just one singular goal. So maybe you have a goal that you're setting just for the month of January, or maybe you're having something for the first quarter of the year or for the full year, whatever it is, it doesn't matter. Or it could be multiple things in a time frame. But you want to make sure that whatever you're setting, that you're not setting yourself up for failure. You want to make sure that you're setting yourself up for something that is achievable. So that example that we used of drinking a glass of water before your first cup of coffee, that's totally doable. You could easily do that. That's not some outlandish thing. It's not saying drinking 10 glasses of water before your first coffee. That might be a little bit more crazy. And
well, and here's the thing, you can set, I want to go back to what you said. If it's a January goal, so let's go to the water. So say for 30 days, your goal is you're going to drink 8 ounces. I'm going to use 8 ounces because I'm going to increase it from there. So every morning you're going to drink 8 ounces before your coffee. You do that. Then in February, your intention is to drink 10 ounces.
10.
And then 12, and wherever you get to your point, and then you're like, okay, cool. Don't go, oh my gosh, at the end of the year, I'm going to, drink a gallon of water a day. Your brain is it's going to look for the things that you believe aren't going to happen.
Right, exactly. And it's the same thing with a weight loss goal or money making goal or something like that. When you set a very, very huge number, it's like, whoa, your body goes into this scared and it doesn't believe it. Even if you were to say 1,000,000 affirmations, even though you have good intentions of wanting to make that money or wanting to lose that weight, it's not going to feel doable to you. And so you're not going to stick with anything that's going to be reaching that. And so that's why instead of setting the goal like that, you need it to be something that is measurable, but also doable. And so or achievable.
Achievable, yes.
The acronym there, SMART, we want to stick with something that is absolutely achievable. So, and then T.
Timely, which we've talked about this. Set your time frame. And, if your goal is making $1,000,000 and it's a 5-year goal, awesome. Now take that and break that down.
Yeah, and have it be
a SMART goal, specific, measurable, achievable. I lost a word. Specific, measurable, achievable, and timely.
And so the timely is like, okay, so when do you want to achieve this by, or when do you want to do this by, or when do you want to accomplish something by? But also or how long are you going to do something for? So maybe you're trying to pick up some sort of a habit. And so maybe it is drinking the glass of water. So if you set it for a month, I want to drink 8 ounces of water before my first coffee in the month of January. So that's the whole month. What 30 days has September, April, June. So 31 days is January. So for 31 days, you are going to stick with drinking 8 ounces of water in the morning. So not only is that very specific, it is measurable because you can measure it each day. You can check off a little box on your calendar or a checklist or something that you have drank that 8 ounces of water. It is achievable. That's totally doable. And you have already set for timely. How long are you going to do that for?
We missed a letter.
Oh, R. We didn't do R. What? We can't spell today. Sorry about
today.
that.
It's relevant. R is relevant. As I was naming off, I'm like, I'm missing one. There's 5 points. Relevant. So your SMART goal has to be relevant. So it has to be relevant to what you have specifically set. So, for example,
if you're trying to be healthier, for instance,
yes,
water.
If your goal, now I'm like gonna be good. Anyway, so your specific goal, I'm gonna go to my walking just because, or my weight loss. I wanted to lose weight. So
yeah,
walking was relevant to what I wanted the end result to be.
Yes.
So,
yes.
I mean, like, okay, so
measurable. You have to have a goal. You have to have your SMART goal is something that's measurable, but relevant to that bigger goal that's not measurable, really.
Yeah. Well, okay, so you can't say, my goal is to drink 6 cups of coffee if you have set it to drink water.
Right.
So anyway, it has to be relevant to what you ultimately want. And I didn't say that well, but yes. So that's your SMART goal.
Right. And you can take that with any goal. Let's just say that you
want
to
anything.
Improve. Yeah. Let's say you want to improve your relationship with somebody, a child, a spouse, a friend, whatever. So that is your overall goal, like that improving of a relationship, but that's not really trackable, measurable, anything like that. So you would set a SMART goal of maybe you will go on a date night once a week, or maybe you will text the person or call the person once or twice a week, whatever it is. Like you set that something that is measurable, something, but it's still relevant to that goal. By doing the steps, whatever that SMART goal is that you set, it is then improving that relationship you have because it's taking action toward that. So anyway, that's kind of a little example of how it could be relevant there.
Yeah. Kind of like when I was writing my book. My specific goal, and I'm sure you did the same thing because you've written multiple books. Your goal was to write the book. Okay, so measurable, you can determine I'm going to write a paragraph a day or a chapter a week or whatever that happens to be. Make it achievable. Now, of course, I had set mine for 2 months, and then you challenged me to make it a little bit less. I did it. So what was relevant wouldn't be sitting and thinking about it. It needed to be, my goals of sitting and writing had to be relevant to the end goal of writing the book. And of course, timely was doing it in 2 months, 3 months. I don't even remember how many months I did it in now. 2. I think it was 2.
I do think it was 2. Yes.
Yeah.
It was like a certain number of days. Yes. So let's put this out to those of you who are watching. We want to challenge you a little bit. What is one SMART goal that you are now going to set for the new year? After you now know what a SMART goal is, what is that SMART goal? How will you track it? Who will be your accountability partner? Because you know what? Having an accountability partner is super important. And again, we were just chatting we had this idea of doing this together. And so we could be your accountability partners, or maybe it's a friend or a relative or something, but we should set some of these goals together. It would be fun to do and then hold each other accountable. Maybe, I don't even know, we start a little chat or something. Who knows? Anyway, we want to know, we haven't planned this at all because we just thought of it on the fly. So we have no plans, but we would like to know if this is something that you would like to do with us. So first of all, drop whatever your SMART goal is that you thought of while we were chatting about this. and how you're going to track it and how you're going to stay accountable. Drop that in the comments. But also, if you are interested in doing like setting SMART goals with us, doing like a Zoom call, I don't even know, like one Zoom call to set it, and then maybe have like a chat group or something that we can share our, how we're doing and stay accountable, then drop the word SMART. I think that we should do that, right? And spell it correctly, not our spelling. S.M.A.R.T. Don't forget the R.
Yes. Okay. And Carrie Marie doesn't know I'm going to say this. So anybody out there who feels stuck, Carrie Marie is an unstickify coach. So I was stuck and so frustrated. And I'm so grateful for her friendship, because I just called and just vomited the words all over her. And she did, I don't know, what did it take? 5 minutes? 15 minutes?
Yeah,
it's super short.
And give or take a little bit. Yeah.
And it was like the floodgates were opened, and I went, oh, there you go. So anyway.
Yeah.
So if you feel stuck, comment stuck, and Carrie Marie will get in touch with you. Just
yeah. And just as a side note, I created this little technique, the SMART, the stuck point scan, for myself, because I was feeling stuck in different areas of my life. I'm like, this is getting ridiculous. What is happening? And so I started being able to figure out quickly, like super quickly, like Christine shared, it doesn't take long, quickly figuring out where I'm stuck and then releasing it. And then, whoa, like I was blown away by the fact every single time I would release something really incredible would happen in my life. And I was like, okay, it was just me holding myself back. I was stuck in these areas and didn't even realize it. And some of the things, like some of them were kind of a little obvious, how like some things you're like, I know that this is where I'm stuck. Some of them were a little bit more obvious. Some I had no clue. And the thing is, like, maybe these were stuck points in my life for a very long time and I didn't realize it. And so by releasing them, it allowed me to do things that I never thought I could do, or opportunities would come my way. And so I decided, hey, I need to help other people with this. This is such a cool technique. And so Christine was one of the very first people outside of myself that I did this with. And it worked amazing for her too.
Oh, yeah.
And then
I disclosure, because I think any women watching this can understand. I was in self beat up mode and I thought I had released it. I had so much negative self-talk going on in my head that it was clouding everything.
And what's funny is, like, so I did not realize this at all when that came up, I was actually a little shocked, because I was like, what? Christine is such a positive person. There's no way that the negative self-talk could be her number one stuck point. What? But sure enough, like, then she shared with me about how she had been having these thoughts. And I was like, what? This is so crazy. So anyway, just letting you all know, it's amazing, and it's literally life-changing, and it's so cool how fast it is. It's like, yeah. I feel like it's magical, and I don't know.
I know. And okay, I had to tell everybody, because I could almost hear somebody out there going, I'm stuck. Like, I could hear it. So now that we have gone over time, we will finish wrapping up.
We always do this.
I know. Okay. That's because we I don't know. Holy Spirit led. That's all I got to say. So.
Oh, for sure. And when I came up with that idea of doing that for myself, it was in the shower. And I think I've shared with you, Christine, I don't know how many people know this, but I know that God is talking to me in the shower, because I get the craziest ideas and I just roll with it. One of my books I wrote all came to me while I was in the shower, multiple days, like different pieces of it. It would just be like, it's my God download. Yeah. And so I came up with this stuck point scan. And again, I came up with it for myself. Like, I know, I don't want to seem like I'm, keeping everything to myself, though. I did want to now share it with other people, but I started using it on myself first, because first of all, I wanted to get unstuck for myself. And I also I feel like I could help people better when I am unstuck. So anyway, enough about that. Let's get back to the goals and the new year, because a lot of the times we'll talk a little bit about like sustainable energy versus the new year burnout really quick, and then we'll kind of wrap things up for the day. But a lot of people, I mean, they say that the most people are in the gym on January 1st, that people, their memberships are sold like nutso that last week in December, the first week in January, because people are like, yeah, I'm all in, I'm gonna get in shape. And so they go like super heavy with their workouts. They're like there at the gym every single day, or they do super strict diets where it's like really restrictive, or like, you know, do something kind of crazy of like, okay, zero sugar whatsoever. I'm not going to have a speck of sugar, or something like crazy. You're putting way too much on yourself. But then that quitter's day,
I
all of
know.
a sudden,
9 days.
it's like
9 days.
crash. Yeah. So like you've got this high, you're like, "Whoa, I'm doing it." And then it's like crash by that second week in January.
Yes.
Blech.
Well, and a lot of people suffer from SAD, seasonal, I don't know, something depression. I don't even remember the whole thing. So that also hits. So if you don't have
Yeah.
a SMART goal and something that you can rely on when it hits and you don't feel like it, then you're
Mhm.
basically setting yourself up. So, and
Yeah. The other thing too is the energy. Like,
yeah,
you know, you kind of create this energy by getting super excited for these big giant goals, but if you don't have like actual sustainable energy, it's you're also going to crash, or if you're not sleeping well enough and all of that stuff. And so that's another huge reason why people just fail on their goals, is because they don't have enough energy to even keep going with them.
yes, yes. And
What do you like to use for energy? I can share with you what I like to use, and
okay,
they're probably about the same.
and I know people are probably going to cringe when I say this, but there's a lot of things I do. The adapt, the
Yeah.
ignite, and for me, the rush. That,
Yes,
and
and
I
for
actually
me,
mix the hydrate and the rush because believe it or not, the hydrate, even though it's only electrolytes and has no caffeine in it, if it's the afternoon, that is the best pick me up for me.
yeah, well, and even like just staying hydrated in itself. So like
Yes.
that glass of water in the morning, or in, you know, getting hydration, having the hydrate, even if it has no caffeine in it, that actually can give you that energy that you need, because a lot of the times we lack the energy because we are lacking hydration.
Yeah.
We talked about this in another episode, so you can go back and listen to the episode about that. By the way, we do this every week.
Yes,
So
we do this
be
every
sure
week.
to go back and previous episodes, but also stay tuned for upcoming episodes. And I take adapt in the morning and ignite actually on an empty stomach, before I have anything else, and it helps me to just function. Like adapt really helps me to stay focused and clear on things and not be so squirrel minded. And then I also have brew. I know that you don't have brew because it has the chocolate in it, but oh my goodness, I love my cup of morning coffee, my brew, because oh my goodness, it's delicious.
I
And
will say it's delicious because I did taste it before I knew that it had chocolate in it, and it is delicious.
yeah, it's, and not only I actually like to mix a few things in it too.
Yes.
So I do a scoop of gold and a half a scoop of fit fuel, but that right there, and I add a tiny bit of cream, just heavy cream, and it just makes it so creamy and
Mhm.
delicious, and it's like a treat in the morning. But what I have noticed is that it actually gives me, it's not like that energy jolt. It's more of like this like sustained long energy throughout the day, and I'm not jittery at all, and my mind is clear. It's very very helpful, because I know what it's like to not have it.
It's kinda
I
like
actually
brain fuel. I don't know where that came from, but it's kinda like brain fuel. You know, when I
yeah,
take those things in the morning, if I forget, I am it's very obvious to me. I'm like, "Why does my brain feel like it, like, up and left the building?"
right, and then you can't focus on anything, you're not accomplishing anything, and that's huge. That's actually kind of the reason why I brought this up, is because like if you are working on some sort of a goal, you need to have that focus and that energy to be able to do the things that you need to do for the goal. And so, whether it be physical or not, it doesn't matter. Even if it's just something you need to think about, you need your brain to think. And so, if your brain is going haywire,
Yes.
then that's, you know, like especially the adapt and the brew. I feel like for me is what like helps keep this brain
And for me, it's
focused
the
on.
adapt and the ignite. I don't know that I wanna go without the ignite.
I really don't like going without any because I notice I feel so scattered. I feel like I just don't feel like myself. Sometimes I notice myself like just having little breakdowns, crying for no reason whatsoever. And I know it's because I'm going through perimenopause. I get that. And that's, a huge reason why my mind is so crazy. But I love that I have something that I can rely on, that as long as I think to take it every day, then my brain feels normal. I can focus on things. I don't have the crazy meltdowns. I can have energy and stay focused on the tasks at hand and get a lot accomplished. Oh my goodness. The amount of things that I get accomplished as long as I remember to take my supplements in the morning. Woo, yes. Amazing.
Yes. Yes.
All right. So let's reframe that saying. Instead of saying new year, new you, what are we going to say now?
New year, smart you.
Yes, SMART, S.M.A.R.T. Don't forget the SMART goals.
Yeah, and the thing is, people need to focus. Okay, I get to rephrase that. It is more. It's helpful. Yes, if it's simple, like it shouldn't be so complicated that you're not going to do it. And remember that consistency is consistency over perfection. That comes from a reformed perfectionist, just so you know. I was that way at 4. Story for another day. And get support. We're both coaches. So if you need an accountability coach, we're both available for accountability. And actually, I was thinking about that today, and I may just have a program that you can pay me just to make sure you do what you say you're going to do. And grace. And again,
that's a big
stay
one.
away from the negative self-talk. Stuck point scan. Cue stuck point scan. Telling you, life-changing. Anyway, huge difference.
Okay, so let's try this really, really quick, and then we will go. We promise. Okay, put your hand over your heart. Ready? Take a deep breath. And say this to yourself. I am not starting over. I am growing stronger and smarter. And do that whenever, if you need to write that down, put on a sticky note to remind yourself of that, especially heading into the new year. Do it.
Absolutely.
And don't forget to do the deep breathing too. That deep breathing. I actually just read a book that ended up being weird. So I'm not going to recommend the book. But she talked about how her aunt taught her how to do jellyfish breaths. And it was basically like what a jellyfish looks like. You want to kind of almost like picture that of like the air coming into your lungs and your body, like entering in your body, kind of like a jellyfish. And so whenever she would get stressed, she would think of what her aunt taught her to do, the jellyfish breaths. Besides that, like the beginning part of this book I read, it was totally good, totally normal. And then all of a sudden it turned crazy. And I'm like, what am I even reading right now? This is weird. So
I've been there, done that. And honestly, say those words. I'm not starting over. I'm growing stronger and smarter. And say them out loud. Because you're going to hear yourself and then your brain gets it. And if you can read it, say it, you have now affected multiple senses.
Yeah. Another thing that's helpful too is if you are saying it out loud, you can say it to yourself in the mirror when you're looking at yourself, literally saying it to yourself in the mirror. But also another thing is try saying it in different voices. And I'm not saying to try to do an accent or something like that, but I'm saying like try to do it really softly, like whisper it to yourself, and then really loudly, or like high pitch or low pitch. And the reason why is because our brain picks up on different things in different ways. And so if you can say it to yourself multiple times in all different voice ranges and in loudness and quietness, whatever that is, like volume. I should say, yes. The volume, then it's also going to help it to stick even more. And you can do this with any affirmation whatsoever, but especially as you're going into this new year, you can just remind yourself of these things, is that you're not starting over, you're growing stronger and smarter. Even if all you're saying is, I am growing stronger and smarter, because every time you are taking on something new and you're trying to incorporate a new habit or you're working on a new goal, it's always important to remind yourself of the fact that you're doing this for a reason and that you are in the process of working toward these goals. you are growing stronger and smarter. You are learning things every day by taking on something. So on the days, especially when things get tough, remind yourself of that.
I have mine written down somewhere, and I thought it was sitting on my desk, but I don't see it. I was going to read it, and now I don't know where it's at. So anyway,
we're way over time, but stay tuned for next week. We're going to be talking about practical habits to start, and you can even start them in December, not even waiting around until January to avoid losing momentum.
Mm-hmm.
It really ties into this topic that we're talking about today.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of like an extension of what we're talking about today. I feel like a lot of our episodes are like that. Don't you think, Christine?
Oh, yeah. It all kind of ties together. And don't forget, if you want to join us for setting your SMART goals for the new year, and it's totally free, just comment SMART, and Carrie Marie and I'll put it together. Like,
yeah,
we literally just came up with this. So, and we're going to do it for us. So we will share, and we'll help you get set up with your SMART goals.
Yeah, we'll just put a date on the calendar, set a date and time, and set up a little Zoom link and get it out to you, and you can hop on with us, and then we can decide as a group if we want to set up a chat, and if so, who wants to be in the chat so that we can just help hold each other accountable, talk about what's working, what's not working, what's difficult, what's easy, all of that. Like, it's nice to have people to support you through any kind of goal. And so I'm excited about this. I think this sounds like such a fun idea.
I know. And I wrote down while we were chatting that I think one of my SMART goals for next year is going to be writing my second book. It's been on my mind, it's been on my heart, and now it gets to be put into practical SMART goal.
I started mapping out my new book. I'm so excited. Oh my goodness, look at that. We're both going to be working on a new book. So what is your big goal?
And we're going to be each other's accountability partners. So don't forget, that is very important, and you need to choose. And I'm going to say this, and then we've got to wrap it up.
Yes. Oh my goodness. We are so over time.
Your accountability partner has to be somebody who will tell you the truth in love. Yes. Not bash you, not criticize you, say, okay, this is where we're at now. Well, are we going to move forward?
But also somebody who will help hold you accountable. Yeah. Not somebody who will be like, oh, well, it's okay. You know, like, yes, you want to give yourself grace, and you want somebody who will be kind, but you don't want them to be a pushover and be like, no, I haven't worked on my goal in weeks. You know?
And they have like, oh. Yes, they have to hold you accountable. Anyway, okay, so I think that is good, and we will be back next week. Don't forget to tune in and check out old episodes.
Yeah, I think that's it. All right. Have an amazing day. We cannot wait to hear about your SMART goal, and we would love for you to join us when we do a little SMART goal. We'll probably do it before January is my guess, because that would be helpful so that we can get these started before the new year. But if not, it'll probably be the first week in January. I would say the last week in December, the first week in January. I don't know. We'll figure something out.
That's what I'm thinking too. So, okay. Everybody have a great day.
Have an amazing day, everyone.